I'm Donald Voorhees, and this is Spoleto, Italy. The Bell Telephone Hour is now going to bring you the story of one man's dream, Giancarlo Menotti's Festival of Two Worlds.
It's the Bell Telephone Hour. Festival of Two Worlds. From India and America, Zubin Mehta. From Russia, Svatoslav Richter. From the United States, Thomas Shippers. Brought them all together with scores of other artists to make a great festival of the arts, Giancarlo Menotti.
Frank, come for the family picture. Big family.
At 55, Giancarlo Menotti is one of the world's greatest living composers of opera, Amahl and the Night Visitors, The Medium, The Consul. 9 years ago, he founded the Festival of Two Worlds, Europe and America. And now he is planning this year's festival, a tremendous creative outpouring of symphonic music, a requiem with 90 voices, an opera, which he himself will direct, and much more. The artistic success or failure of it all will depend on Menotti's vision. The reason for it all lies in the mind of Menotti, the artist.
When I was about 40 years old, I became very dissatisfied with my position as an artist in society. I began to realize that the modern artist today is more than anything an ornament of society and not an essential part of it. I found it very sad that the agonized effort of writers, of musicians, of painters is nothing but the amusement of tired businessmen and restless society women. To use a favorite expression of mine, I don't like to be the after-dinner mint of the community. So I began thinking, and how I could put the modern artist back into the position that it had in the Renaissance, of giving the artist the dignity of not only of being wanted by the community, by society, but actually of becoming an essential part of the community. And that's why I chose Spoleto, which was then a dead town on the verge of bankruptcy, with an incredible high rate of unemployment. And I tell you that when the artist now comes in Spoleto, in these 9 years of festival, the artist immediately has the pride, feels the pride of not only of having given back life to this town, but of actually being the life's blood of it.
Spoleto has been a dead town in recent history, but back into the mists of time, it has been a tumultuous battleground and center of the arts. Etruscan artists carved sculpture still being unearthed in this valley. From Rome, 90 miles to the south, conquering emperors brought their builders who began this road, the Via Flaminia, in 241 BC. When the armies of the Pope took Spoleto from the emperor in the year 1247, they built a tremendous castle on its pinnacle, from which Lucrezia Borgia once ruled the countryside. The market square of Spoleto was once a Roman forum. Christian art and architecture flourished in Spoleto. In recent centuries, a magnificent theater and opera house were built. But in the 20th century, the piazzas have remained nearly deserted. Now, the Festival of Two Worlds has filled the great Piazza Duomo with thousands of visitors from the United States, Rome, and the capitals of Europe.
Vestiti molto belli. E poi quassù ancora loro.
Responsible for Spoleto's modern renaissance and helping manage the town is Giancarlo Menotti, who plans for the influx with merchants and the city council of Spoleto. But while Spoleto enjoys a new prosperity, the artistic side of the festival is financed largely by contributions, and Menotti manages with frugality by inviting many younger artists who can afford to work for lower fees.
I must say that youth has not let me down. As a matter of fact, I think that you know, I feel that youth is one of the great glories of America. In studying American art, I've seen that some of the best things that America has produced, both in writing, in painting, it's always been by young people. And I've noticed, for example, that some of the young artists we have introduced also among performers. Take a pianist like John Browning, or a young conductor like Tommy Shippers. Well, they both actually started their European careers in Spoleto.
Now, in Spoleto's Festival of Two Worlds, the two worlds are about to meet as the young conductor from America, Thomas Shippers, prepares to rehearse one of the venerable orchestras of Europe. In a musical interpretation, he will try to transfer from his own mind to the 90 members of the Trieste Symphony.
Ora 4 battute, 4 prima del vivace.
out where the audience will be, listening to his own interpretation of Beethoven's Seventh Symphony. Thomas Shippers is concerned with one of the great questions every conductor must ponder.
Is the lack of communication either with the orchestra or with the audience. I mean, I've seen beautiful musicians who rehearse marvelously and all that, but no one can explain why they don't project that what they're doing doesn't get out into the audience. That no matter how much you're taken up with the music, that you're still able, with whatever personality you have, to convey to the musicians what you want. Not so much in speaking. I think you saw I don't speak very much, but between what your stick does, or your hand, or your body, your eyes, whatever it is.
Whatever it is. The indefinable signals by which a great conductor communicates his feeling for the music. With stick, hand, body, eyes. The signals which only the musicians in front of him can see.
Da capo.
I noticed that Americans have a strange inferiority complex about their cultural life. You know, Americans are the world's greatest importers of culture. They import Italian singers, French painters, German composers, Russian and Spanish dancers. They export much too little and much too seldom. So I decided, why not make Spoleto a platform on which American artists would compete fairly with their European colleagues, and at least try to dispel this myth, this cliche that we have all over the world, that Americans can only produce skyscrapers and typewriters.
One American artist, appearing under the bell tower of the magnificent Duomo Church, is Shirley Barrett, the distinguished mezzo-soprano from the United States, who who will sing one of the solo parts in the Verdi Requiem, backed by a full symphony orchestra and 90 voices, before an international audience of thousands. Conducting the orchestra is Zubin Mehta, conductor of the Los Angeles Symphony Orchestra.
then again, take some of the young people who perform in our chamber music. We have marvelous artists like the young cellist Jacqueline Desprez, the young pianist Richard Good, the violinist James Oliver Boswell IV. I can't make him change his name. I've tried hard, but he won't change it. Well, they're all on their way to become great concert stars.
Cellist Desprez, pianist Good, and violinist James Oliver Boswell IV, playing the conclusion of Beethoven's first piano trio.
These young artists come not only to perform, but to meet each other, to exchange ideas, to learn from each other, and also learn from the few well-known artists we invite who can counsel them and teach them what they've learned from experience.
One of the best-known masters of Russian music is rehearsing in the living room of Giancarlo Menotti with the Borodin Quartet, playing the Shostakovich Piano Quintet. Sviatoslav Richter.